Hello, in this video I will talk about hydrogen as an energy carrier and what is the difference between blue and green hydrogen. So let's start. So hydrogen is thought of as an energy carrier for a long time. To be honest, in 1950s, NASA actually started using liquid hydrogen as fuel for its spacecrafts. Now, why we are calling it as an energy carrier and not as a source? The reason is hydrogen needs to be produced, in other words, separated from naturally occurring substances. For example, fossil fuel like natural gas, methane. For example, biomass or water. I have provided some links below from which I actually collected all this information and for my own understanding and research. Some of the sources that I have used for understanding blue and green hydrogen is also provided below. So feel free to check out those sources of information. So the difference between blue and green, apart from the color and the name for associated with that color, is the blue hydrogen is not necessarily blue in color and green hydrogen is not necessarily green in color. So why they're called blue or green? The basic idea is how hydrogen is produced or separated, as I mentioned previously, and what is the source of the hydrogen molecule that actually, what is the source of the hydrogen for production, for separation. For example, in case of blue hydrogen, the source is usually fossil fuel such as methane or natural gas. In case of blue hydrogen, we use methane or natural gas as a source, and then it is separated through steam at a very high temperature in a reformer to separate out the hydrogen, and it also produces as a byproduct carbon dioxide. So this carbon dioxide is then stored using carbon capture and utilization process. As a result, majority, if not all, of this carbon dioxide or greenhouse gas emission is eliminated or not allowed to go into the atmosphere and impacting the environment. This allows this hydrogen is to be produced from a fossil fuel source, as you can see, traditional fossil fuel source, but it minimizes impact to the environment because you are capturing the carbon before it goes out into the environment. So that is why it is called blue hydrogen. Let's talk about green hydrogen. Green, as the name suggests, the source is usually water, and the water needs to be separated. So you need energies from some source. So what is that source? Usually the source is electricity, which is produced via either solar or wind. So as you can see, the production process does not include any fossil fuel or does not include any sources that might emit carbon into the atmosphere. So as a result, this is called, once you produce the energy through store it in, let's say, in a battery, and then that energy is applied to an electrolysis process to separate the water between hydrogen and oxygen. The oxygen is then emitted into the atmosphere, and the hydrogen is stored, and hydrogen is supplied in order to as an energy carrier. So that's how this hydrogen is produced, and that's why it is called green hydrogen, because it does not include any fossil fuel or any sources of fossil fuel into the overall energy production process. Hopefully it allows you to better understand and please take a look at those sources that I have outlined in my description so that you have a better and more clear understanding about overall the green hydrogen versus blue hydrogen and why there is a big push for hydrogen fuel in recent days. Hopefully you like this video. See you next time.